Endocrine system. What is the endocrine system? Endocrine system is made up of several organs called glands. These glands, located all over the body, create, secrete, and release hormones. Hormones are chemicals that coordinate different functions in the body by carrying messages through the blood to the organs, skin, muscles, and other tissues. These signals tell the body what to do and when to do it. From metabolism to growth and development, emotions, mood, sexual function, and even sleep. Endocrine system continuously monitors the number of hormones in the blood. Hormones deliver their messages by locking into the cells they target, so they can relay the message. The endocrine system is a messenger system comprising feedback loops of the hormones released by internal glands of an organism directly into the circulatory system, regulating distant target organs. In vertebrates, the hypothalamus is the neural control center for all endocrine systems. The study of the endocrine system and its disorders is known as endocrinology. Endocrinology is a branch of internal medicine. What are the parts of the endocrine system? The endocrine system is made up of organs called glands. Glands produce and release different hormones that target specific things in the body. The glands all over the body, including in the brain, neck, abdomen, and reproductive organs. Some glands are tiny, about the size of a grain of rice or a pea. The largest gland is the pancreas, which is about 6 inches long. In humans, the major endocrine glands are the pituitary gland, thyroid gland, and the adrenal glands. Glands that signal each other in sequence are often referred to as an axis, such as the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis. In addition to the specialized endocrine organs mentioned above, many other organs that are part of other body systems have secondary endocrine functions, including bone, kidneys, liver, and heart. For example, the kidney secretes the endocrine hormone erythropoietin. Hormones can be amino acid complexes, steroids, eicosanoids, leukotrienes, or prostaglandins. The endocrine system can be contrasted to both exocrine glands, which secrete hormones to the outside of the body, and paracrine signaling between cells over a relatively short distance. Endocrine glands have no ducts, are vascular, and commonly have intracellular vacuoles or granules that store their hormones. In contrast, exocrine glands, such as salivary glands, sweat glands, and glands within the gastrointestinal tract, tend to be much less vascular and have ducts or a hollow lumen. Major endocrine systems. The human endocrine system consists of several systems that operate via feedback loops. Several important feedback systems are mediated via the hypothalamus and pituitary. Endocrine glands are glands of the endocrine system that secrete their products, hormones, directly into interstitial spaces, and then absorbed into blood rather than through a duct. The major glands of the endocrine system include the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal glands, pancreas, ovaries, and testes. The hypothalamus and pituitary gland are neuroendocrine organs. The hypothalamus and the anterior pituitary are important in cell signaling. They are both part of the HPA axis, which is known to play a role in cell signaling in the nervous system. Hypothalamus. The hypothalamus is a key regulator of the autonomic nervous system. It located in the brain and controls all endocrine system. It uses information from nervous system to determine when to tell other glands, including the pituitary gland, to produce hormones. The hypothalamus controls many processes in body, including mood, hunger and thirst, sleep patterns, and sexual function. Pituitary gland. This little gland is only about the size of a pea, but it has a big job. It makes hormones that control several other glands such as the thyroid gland, adrenal glands, ovaries, and testicles. The pituitary gland is in charge of many different functions, including how body grows. It's located at the base of the brain. Pituitary gland composed by two parts, anterior pituitary and posterior pituitary gland. The main role of the anterior pituitary gland is to produce and secrete tropic hormones. Some examples of tropic hormones secreted by the anterior pituitary gland include thyroid-stimulating hormone TSH, adrenocorticotropic hormone ACTH, growth hormone GH, luteinizing hormone LH, and follicle-stimulating hormone FSH. The posterior pituitary gland is a section of the pituitary gland. This organ secretes hormones such as antidiuretic hormone, ADH, and oxytocin. ADH functions to help the body to retain water. This is important in maintaining a homeostatic balance between blood solutions and water. Oxytocin functions to induce uterine contractions, stimulate lactation, and allows for ejaculation. The pineal gland is a small, pea-shaped gland in the brain. Its function isn't fully understood. Researchers do know that it produces and regulates some hormones, including melatonin. Melatonin is best known for the role it plays in regulating sleep patterns. Sleep patterns are also called circadian rhythms. The pineal gland also plays a role in the regulation of female hormone levels, and it may affect fertility and the menstrual cycle. That's due in part to the melatonin produced and excreted by the pineal gland. Thyroid gland is a butterfly-shaped gland in the front of the neck. It's responsible for metabolism, how the body uses energy. Follicular cells of the thyroid gland produce and secrete T3 and T4 in response to elevated levels of thyrotrophin-releasing hormone TRH, produced by the hypothalamus, and subsequent elevated levels of TSH, produced by the anterior pituitary gland, which further regulates the metabolic activity and rate of all cells, including cell growth and tissue differentiation. Parathyroid. These four tiny glands are no larger than a grain of rice. Epithelial cells of the parathyroid glands are richly supplied with blood from the inferior and superior thyroid arteries and secrete parathyroid hormone, PTH. They control the level of calcium in the body. PTH acts on bone, the kidneys, and the GI tract to increase calcium reabsorption and phosphate excretion. For heart, kidneys, bones, and nervous system to work, people need the right amount of calcium. In addition, PTH stimulates the conversion of vitamin D to its most active variant, vitamin D3, which further stimulates calcium absorption in the GI tract. Adrenal glands. Every person has two adrenal glands, one on top of each kidney. Adrenal glands produce hormones that help regulate metabolism, blood pressure, sexual development, and response to stress and other essential functions. Adrenal glands are composed of two parts, the cortex and the medulla, which are each responsible for producing different hormones. Pancreas. The pancreas is part of the endocrine system, and it plays a significant role in the digestive system too. Pancreas contain nearly 1 to 2 million islets of Langerhans, a tissue which consists cells that secrete hormones, and acini. Islets of Langerhans composed by different cells. The alpha cells of the pancreas secrete hormones to maintain homeostatic blood sugar. It is called glucagon. Glucagon is secreted in response to low blood sugar levels. Glucagon stimulates glycogen stores in the liver to release sugar into the bloodstream to raise blood sugar to normal levels. Beta cells, it makes a hormone called insulin that controls the level of sugar in the blood. 60% of the cells present in islet of Langerhans are beta cells. Beta cells secrete insulin. Along with glucagon, insulin helps in maintaining glucose levels in the body. Insulin decreases blood glucose level, a hypoglycemic hormone, whereas glucagon increases blood glucose level. Insulin is produced and excreted to lower blood sugar to normal levels. Delta cells. The delta cells produce somatostatin, a strong inhibitor of somatotropin, insulin, and glucagon. Its role in metabolic regulation is not yet clear. Somatostatin is also produced by the hypothalamus and functions there to inhibit secretion of growth hormone by the pituitary gland. Acini secretes digestive enzymes. Ovaries. In women, the ovaries release sex hormones called estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Women have 2 ovaries in their lower abdomen, one on either side. Testes. In men, the testes, testicles, make sperm and release the hormone testosterone. This hormone affects sperm production, muscle strength, and sex drive. Here is the basic information about endocrine system. If you like the video, you could subscribe the channel, and you could find more useful video there, and more nice videos will come soon.